Tonight, a new turn in the legal fight over what should happen to the records the FBI seized from President Trump's embattled personal attorney, Michael Cohen, which include some materials related to porn star Stormy Daniels, who was swarmed by photographers today. Cohen and the president don't want the government to decide what documents get turned over. Instead, they want an independent lawyer to be the filter. Today, a judge said all the lawyers involved get to look at the documents first, and then she'll decide next steps. No comment from Cohen, but Stormy Daniels had plenty to say.
He has never thought that the little man, or especially women, and even more women like me, mattered. That ends now.
The documents seized from Cohen included some related to that $130,000 Cohen paid Daniels in the days before the campaign to stay silent about her alleged affair with Mr. Trump, which the White House denies. In an unexpected twist today, the judge forced Cohen to reveal that in addition to the president, he has also represented Fox News megastar Sean Hannity, who had requested anonymity in the case.
I never paid legal fees to Michael, but I have occasionally had brief discussions with him about legal questions about which I wanted his input and perspective.
Hannity has been a fierce defender of the president and harsh critic of the special counsel, especially after last week's raid on Cohen.
Robert Mueller is so far beyond his mandate, this is now spiraling out of control.
Daniels' attorney Michael Avenatti tonight calling Cohen radioactive.
Anyone that had any contact with this man in the last 20 years should be very concerned about what secrets of theirs are within these documents.
No response tonight from the White House. The president has fumed that the investigation into Cohen is assigned. Special counsel Robert Mueller has crossed a line by referring the case to prosecutors in New York. Still, many allies say the president has assured them Mueller's job is safe.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.